Hey, what's up friends? Welcome back to Go on Overland. In this one, guys, we're making our first major change to the old Jayco. Guys, we have the batteries on the front of the camper. I'm going to be putting them inside that little hatch there for two reasons. As modern as this camper is, it doesn't come with any kind of 12-volt systems inside the camper. So I got to run my own little cigarette lighter plugs, if you will, just so when we're not plugged into a campsite like this, we can actually charge our cell phones and things like that. So at any rate, we're going to move the batteries in so that I can have a little bit shorter access to running a little fuse panel. But ultimately, friends, we're going to be changing the batteries at some point on this camper to get some lithium ion batteries to have much more range, much more charge, just better batteries. These are actually the lead acid. They have the distilled water in there that you'd fill up. So I'm just gonna spin this camera around and show you guys a bit of what we're up to. So here we are, we got two batteries, guys, and we're gonna be moving these in there. So we're gonna find a little place underneath here, kind of where these wires are running, and pop a hole up there. We're gonna run this negative in there, and then on the other side we're gonna run this positive. So we're gonna be mounting them inside this hatch somewhere in the middle there. Then right up here is our bed, and so here's Jolene's side of the bed, over there is my side, and we need to run a little cigarette lighter plug for each of them. So I'm going to start by clearing this cubby out, and then we'll get into the project. I think I got that cleared out enough. I'm going to be popping a hole right in the floor there to get these wires up. The first thing I want to do is unplug, because we need all the power off so we're not getting electrocuted. So now I'm going to start by taking these battery terminals off. Even though I have a video and I know how to wire this stuff, it's always a good idea to start taking some pictures. That way you know how it was when you found it. Okay, a quick look at where we're at. So guys, here's those batteries, and as you can see, again, they take the water, they take the distilled water. I had one AGM on the old Coachman, and it was actually a lot better battery than these guys. I do have the record. These are pretty new. This one was 923. That one's 423. What we're going to do is we're going to get them up in there. So you can see I have the black and red coming out. Everything's disconnected. I have the camper unplugged, and now we're going to be drilling a hole and putting everything up in there. So these guys were pretty easy to get out, except for one little screw was stuck, and we had an issue right there. These are going to be mounted up in there. I'm going to clean them a little bit. What we're going to end up doing is hooking the camper back exactly like it was and adding this guy. So this is my own system here that I had in the Coachman. It's going to come off to a kill switch, a fuse, maybe the other way around, fuse, kill switch. Then over here it's going to come to a positive bus bar where I'm going to connect this guy. This is a 4-panel fuse. I have like a 6 or 8 one, but again, we're just running a plug for my phone and Jolene's, so 2 plugs there. It's fused right here. Then you run the wire up to your cigarette lighter. That's all we're trying to do, is we're trying to get this guy in there. I do like having things on a shutoff, so we're going to incorporate this maybe even into the camper system, even though they have something like that already. So at any rate, you're going to see all this going there. The only thing we're going to have to do is get this guy connected. So this is for the jack. So we have a power jack right here. That's what this guy is. And I might end up, because it has its own fuse, connecting it here to this situation. That's ready to go. It's actually in line exactly where it would have been in the old configuration. Or I might run it in and use that fuse bar that I was talking about and run it off. I guess it'd be double fuse. This is a 30 amp fuse. So one of those two ways, but we got to make sure and get that on there so I can get the camper up and down. Where I have this wire. All right, check it out, friends. It got dark on us, but I got this thing hooked up. So we're gonna go back in the morning and do some more. So we have a whole different configuration that this camper never had. We have a positive kind of bus bar and negative. So from the camper, it's coming to this positive, and then it's gonna come through my whole system and then to the batteries. So now this camper has a kill switch that it hasn't had before. We'll talk more about this in the morning. As you see here, it's gotten dark over here in Kansas, and we have not had dinner. I get going on these projects, and they are just so fun and lose track of time. Wow, the camera really brings out the light because it's actually pitch black out here. That is something cool. Something we did manage to do is pick up some pork chops. So we are doing barbecue pork chops tonight. These are pretty thick, so we're gonna have to make sure and cook them long and good. Time to check on those pork chops. Oh, what happened to the pork chops? Oh wait, it's the next night and these are hamburgers. Had to add some food into the video because my buddy Steve commented the other day when I saw him in person on how good the food is that we eat around here. And that's because we only show you the highlights. All right, friends, here it is the next morning, and I am in this awkward crawl through space. I'm about to show you what we got going on. So I'll try to talk through this with you real quick if anybody is interested. We have the power coming from the camper with this hot and with this cold right here. I have these power distribution spots there. So essentially coming down to the battery. So from the camper it comes up and it either feeds power into the camper, into the batteries, or takes power from the batteries into the camper. So off this, it comes through my kill switch, my fuse, and then comes over to the battery. Of course, we got two batteries connected. So there's how the batteries are connected. The ground also we have coming down to the battery and then grounding over here to the other battery. As far as what we really wanted to accomplish, one was to get the batteries in here because we're going to be buying expensive batteries. We just want to know that they're taken care of. Once we get rid of these, we're going to have a lot nicer batteries, so I wanted them in here. So off this guy, we have power coming over to this distribution panel, fuse panel. On the right here, you'll have Jolene's cigarette lighter, phone charger, and on the left is mine. Just to give you an idea, her cord, you can't really see it, comes up behind there, and then right up there is going to be her phone charger. Let's see if you can see mine. Yep, right there is mine. And of course, here's the wire coming down, running pretty neat all the way over there. The only thing I forgot to do, which is really unfortunate, is I want to put these lids on, and I forgot to put my straps here. I forgot to put these underneath the box. So I've already put the battery in and screwed it down. So I'm going to be taking those out because I do want these lids in here so that when I'm throwing gear in, I'm not worried about hitting my battery terminals. And the only way to get these to stay on really well is with those straps. So friends, check it out. We are plugged in, got charge coming to the phone. It's in the wall. Now we're gonna unplug it and put it up there into the new outlet. And check this out. Boom, we're charging. We're so happy about that. And honestly, it is quite discreet. When you look out from across the room, you can only see the cord coming. So we got that side. And then of course, we got the other side over there too. So get back to our regularly scheduled Go on Overland stuff, but we want to take you guys along the journey to show you some of what we go through. Of course, show you the rig and stuff like that. This is the kind of stuff, these are tools to help us get up and go on as we get out there and proclaim the good news of Jesus. Right now, guys, living on the road, this is some of the stuff that's kind of fun, kind of silly to us, but guys, we couldn't be more excited about this trailer. If you haven't, be sure to head over and check out the full walkthrough, and then we're gonna have the testimony of the folks that gave us this camper live. It's probably live by the time you're watching this. So guys, make sure and check out that too, because that video just, everybody needs to watch that testimony. But guys, until the next video, God bless, get up and go on.